2020 was the first year I made over $1 million in my coaching business. And it was then that I learned there really are things you can do to hack your productivity so you make more money in less time. In this video, I'm gonna share with you my top 3 real, simple productivity hacks that I use to essentially work smarter, not harder. I use it to leverage my time, so I'm making more money in less time. All right, so there's 3 things we're gonna need to curate here. And it all revolves around how we consume things. So I'm gonna talk about this. Now, I've listed these in order 3, 2, 1, with 1 being most important. So be sure to stick around to get all 3 of these because they're really important and they build upon each other. So the first thing that we need to curate is we need to curate your workflow. I'm gonna open up a new little thing here and I'm gonna talk about what I mean by that. Most people with their workflow, they do the wrong order. And what I mean by that is they wake up in the morning, they start their day. First, they do client work, like lead generation. Then they work on their business, if they get to it at all. And that's completely wrong. You don't want to do that. One of the big things I did to get my business to 7 figures is this. First, I worked on my business every day. I don't care if there's 16 clients that are pissed off at me, I'm going to work on my business first. It is the most important thing. Now, in a morning routine video that we're going to be making, I wake up kind of early, and that's how I make that happen. If I woke up at every day 10 a.m., the principle would still apply. You're going to work on your business first. You're going to do lead generation, right? So lead generation is things that are they could be sales calls. It could be literally generating leads in Facebook groups. It could be creating content for your Instagram, things that generate leads. Then, and only then, are you going to do client work. Most people do this ass backwards, and this is how you get stuck in the feast and famine cycle. You don't have any clients at all, so you do a ton of lead generation. So then you get a bunch of clients. So then you don't do any lead generation. So then you do you get a ton of clients, and then your lead generation stops. And then because your lead generation stops, you don't have any clients. And so you're caught in this vicious cycle that you never get out of. And you never work on your business. You never do the real things that are actually going to scale your business. You're never implementing the systems. You're never doing the things to get things on autopilot. You're never doing things that are actually going to move your business forward. You're stuck over here in the feast and famine cycle. So the first thing that you need to curate, and this is why it's a productivity hack that will make you millions, is because it gets you out of that cycle. You need to start by working on your business first. Second thing that you need to curate are your devices. Now, I want to show you something that I think is amazing that I've been doing, and I absolutely love it. So what I do, and I'm going to show you how to do this, I used to spend a ton of time on my phone, as do most of us, right? I was looking up the statistic right before I filmed this video. And do you want to know how many minutes per day the average person spends on social media? 145 minutes a day. Freaking mind-blowing. And so what I did is I implemented this hack that makes my phone so boring, I don't ever use it. I barely ever use my phone. I literally am very rarely on my phone now. I make my phone, and I'm gonna show you how to do this. I make my phone display grayscale. So my phone becomes in black and white. So you're gonna go to settings, then you're gonna go to accessibility, then you're gonna go to display and text size, then you're gonna scroll down, and you're gonna turn color filters on and keep it at grayscale. Now, everything about my phone, super boring. You can see here's my feed on Instagram, pretty boring. This keeps me focused on things that I actually need to be focusing on. If you look at Facebook, again, pretty boring. And so this allows me to be focused on the work I actually need to be focused on. After you've curated your workflow, you need to curate your devices. Third thing, and this is the most important one, I got this tip from a billionaire friend of mine. I only have 2 friends that are billionaires, and I didn't know either of them were. I found out kind of recently, but I got this tip from a billionaire friend of mine, and he said, you need to stop watching the news. The news is meant to be negative because that's what do they say? Like, if it bleeds, it leads. I used to be a communication major. Basically, that means like if there's a murder, people are interested and they'll buy it. It should be the leading story. And so negative sells in the news, and they've literally, they create it and write it to make your heart rate go up, to give you a little bit of anxiety, to get you to click. And so I have learned to completely stop watching the news at all. I do not watch the news. I do not read the news. I do not listen to the news. I consume the news 0%. No news from Maria. I thought it was really irresponsible at first. Don't I have a responsibility to know what's going on in the world? And then I realized, and this is what my friend said, if it's important, someone will tell you. And I have never felt out of the loop on important world or country news. So I feel enough in the loop about what's happening in the world and what's happening in America, where I live. But what's filtered is the drama. When somebody tells me something that's going on in America, the drama, the sensationalization that the news companies will give is removed. They just give me the literal facts. Did you hear there was a hurricane in Florida last month? No, I didn't. I'm sorry to hear that. And then I move on with my day. And so energetically and time-wise, it's really freed me up to focus on money-making tasks. So I would highly recommend, if you're somebody that spends a lot of time watching the news, if you're somebody that's extremely negatively affected by the news, curate it or completely cut it out. So if you're doing this, you're going to free up a lot of time. If you're curating your workflow, if you're curating your devices, if you're curating your news, you are going to free up a lot of time. So now what do you do with that extra time? Well, you need to be doing money-making activities. And so if you want to, I'm hosting this free workshop and I'd love for you to join. And basically I'm gonna show you how I tripled my business and how I sign on clients every single day. I'm a super practical person. This workshop's gonna be super practical. I'm gonna literally walk you through the system that I use to attract clients. It's gonna be really awesome. I'd love to have you join us. It's gonna be super practical, super hands-on. I think you'd really like it. If you found this video helpful, give it a like. Let me know that you liked it. Let me know that you want to see more videos like this. And on this channel, in case you didn't know, we talk about making money and getting clients. So be sure to subscribe so you don't miss any of my videos. We're currently doing 2 a week, and soon we're going to be doing 3 a week. So a lot of content, a lot of amazing stuff. Hit subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.